Happy Saturday, everyone, and welcome to Happy Hour here for the KingPittDawg Racing 200 tonight at 7 p.m. here, starting with our pre-race show here at 7, and we'll be doing a little testing here this afternoon. Again, those of you who don't know what this is the KingPittDawg Racing 200 tonight. It's 80 laps here at Daytona Oval. We're doing stage racing with a bunch of points on the board in a tight battle in the HECS-Holiday Exhibition Challenge Series. Points battle, we've got 3 drivers within 30 points and a ton of points available tonight, depending on the size of the field, as our points are based on the car count in the field and the number of entries we have in the event. We got 5 times bonus points, 5 times race points, 5 times events points. So it's going to be a pretty hefty night for somebody that can maybe get caught up, or we might have a battle throughout the night here, because there's going to be points at the end of stage 1 and stage 2, and then the race ending. The average finish in the 3 stages will get the overall event title or event points, and that'll be multiplied by 5. So it'll be interesting, because car count could be the determining factor in the championship. So I encourage anybody who wants to come out and race with us, do so. It is Group 3 cars. They are held to a specific set of guidelines to kind of bring a balance of performance. We are using front engine rear drive V8 cars only, except for we're allowing the Viper and the Vantage V12 Group 3 cars in here on GT7. The room is set at a maximum performance points of 725, horsepower maximum down to 500, and weight all the way up to 3,000 pounds. We get it as close as we can get these IMSA style GT3 cars to a NASCAR next gen car, the current generation NASCAR cars. So your cars that are eligible are going to be the Mustang, the Corvette, the Viper. You're going to have the F-Type, as you see that Steve's running that right now. And then we're also going to have the 2 BMW M6s, and both AMG Mercedes are eligible GT3 cars. No 6-cylinder cars or whatnot. No 4-cylinder cars. So we've limited to sound like, we want it to sound like a NASCAR race. So we also have the Lexus RCF, which is the car I'm probably going to be driving tonight, because it drafted very well. Or the Mustang or the Corvette. And who knows, I may jump in and buy a Viper at the end. Who knows? I've been doing maintenance most of the early afternoon here, trying to get replays and stuff cleared out, old replays, to make sure I have enough for this replay. Because if we have a bunch of cars, it'll be a large replay to store. And I want to do a broadcast tomorrow of the race, just like a TV broadcast. So those who don't get a chance to participate, watch tonight, will be live from my in-car. And you'll hear all of the race call through the party chat that we will have open. So I'll be race control and driving, and then we'll have all the guys in there in the chat as well. So you'll be able to hear us all talking, and you'll be able to hear me calling race control. So I'm going to go out and run a few laps here in this thing, and we'll see what I can do for qualifying them. The rules on the room, again, for people that don't know, again, Group 3 cars, 725 pp, 500 horsepower, and 3,000 pounds minimum. And we're going to have a 310 race setting on the trans, so you have to have a fully customizable racing transmission. Anybody who wants to join, there's the major things you're going to have to buy if you don't have them already are going to be ballast, power restrictor, medium tires. I'm assuming everybody would have those, and then you'd have to have the fully customizable racing transmission that does not come standard on these cars. There will be no adjustments to the final gear. It'll be 310 only. You won't be able to adjust the manual settings on the gears. So that's about it. I'm going to jump in and get a few laps of practice in here, and we'll probably take this till about 45 more minutes or so, and then we'll shut it down. Alright. I think we got everything here, so... somebody just sent me something that was hilarious, so... I see the what... I don't even know what you want to call them anymore. Are going after the... going after the stoves now, the gas stoves, because they burn about 100% efficient, so we'd hate to have any gas being used. It's just so stupid. How these people can be so damn stupid, I just don't understand. Alright, so my post is up. I'm putting it up here, so anybody who wants to take a look at what we need to do, everything is up on my Holiday Exhibition Challenge Series Facebook group. You can also send me a message on PlayStation Network at KingPittDawg. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already when you here at the channel. You can find out all the information is listed on my post at excuse me, on Instagram at KevinP_KPD. Once again, that's KevinP_KPD. And I'm trying to use that as a way because it's easier to transmit stuff. Plus, it ends up on my Facebook, whatever, whatnot. So. And the Facebook group is HECS-Holiday Exhibition Challenge Series. And I'm going to post up there just a minute here. I'm going to post it while these guys are out there running. I'm posting up the points, how the points are working tonight. So most of the events, pretty much every event in this series, I wanted to make it so people were rewarded for racing and also rewarded for the race points. So there's race points based on the number of cars. There's bonus points for starting the race, fast qualifier, and winning the race. And most of these events have been multiple races. This is the only one race event that we've had, the one race round. And this one has the heaviest weighted points. Stage 1 will have 1 times race points, which is based on the number of cars. Stage 2 will have 2. Stage 3 will have 3 times 3 times bonus points. So basically stage 3 is you win the race, so you get the most points, obviously, for winning the race. But then all of that will be totaled together and multiplied by 5. So just for example, there's 10 cars and you won all 3 stages, you would get 10 for the first, 20 for the second, and 30 for the third. And then we've got bonus points, like multiplied by 5. So normally you get 1 point for just starting the race. So you get 5 points for that. If you won the race, you get the 5 points for that. If you won 3 stages, all 3 stages, you would have 15 bonus points. And again, those are multiplied by the multiplier. So each stage has a multiplier. It's pretty simple, actually, if you break it down. Each stage has a multiplier, and the race points and the bonus points are multiplied by that amount. So then we have event points are going to be based on your average finish in all 3 stages. And again, that doesn't worry about the your finish in the race itself. That's about the average finish of all 3. So you could conceivably finish second, third, and second and have the highest average finish and win the event points, the maximum event points. But that again will be based on the number of cars times 5. And again, that has worked out really well. We've got a really tight point race at the top of the chart here. We've got Keith on top with Nook in second and John Hendrickman there in third, and then myself in fourth. I'm about 66 points or something like that out of first. Conceivably, if I completely dominated and got all the points, I could conceivably get up and win the championship, but I don't think these guys are going to have that many problems. There's a lot of points on the table, but not that much. So, but you will see that probably during the race, we might see a change because there's only, I think it's 9 points. Let me just double check here. I have the standings available to me. Yeah, so after 8 of the 9 events, Keith has 504 points. Nook is 19 points behind in second with 485 points, and then Hendrickman has 74 points. So it's, like I said, 30 points separating the top 3, and then I have 439 points. So I am, what is that? 65, exactly 65 points behind Keith. And then Zippy and Steve and Graham are all within 70 points of one another, actually 65. And then Eric, who may or may not be able to make it tonight, he has 198 points. Steve Mann, whom I'm assuming is going to be here tonight, he has 181 points. And then Ramsey, who I think is out, he has 173 points. But Rodeo is right behind him with 172 points. And then Aaron will be running too, so he's 12th. He's got 160. He could leapfrog some people tonight because he's within 13 points of the top 10 and 21 points of 9th at this point. So depending on how things play out, Aaron could have a really good points night tonight and end up in the top 10. The other guys that have run, they've run in just a few races. Jimbo's ran a few races with us. He's got 50 points. Mason is 44. Zoda 42. Adam, Easy Saint, DJ have all accumulated 14, 12, and 12 respectively. We had a couple guys that ran just one race. So they have 8, 5, and 1 point. So we've had 20 participants in the series. It's been, I consider it pretty good, considering everything was over the holidays and it's kind of tough for people to get on. That's the whole point of the program. It's hard for people to get in this time of year, but we're past the holidays and we're going to be rolling into the winter sprint series that Steve is putting on there, that you see right there on the screen, PRG Mberg 23. He will be starting that racing series tomorrow. We'll be live here on KingPittDawg Racing. I'll be going live right about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that will be, I still haven't made 100% my decision on the car, but I'm leaning towards the GR86. It's a car I'm familiar with driving in Group 4 form, at least the previous generation. And we have open settings in that, but limits on the car itself. So I'm going to get out here and run some mock qualifying runs. Looks like Steve put down a pretty healthy lap there, so I'm actually going to jump back out and change my settings. And again, people, if you come in and you decide you're going to do this and you're watching the video and you want to race with us, you're a sim racer here on GT7, here's what my suggestions. I'll go through this real quick. Medium tires are the only allowed tires on the race, but I would suggest pulling all the downforce out. You can see we're all the way to the minimum on both front and rear, and then I would also bring the body height down completely. Straighten out your camber. I think I'm actually going to drop the camber just a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more speed here, flattening the tires out. And I've got it pretty well lowered down. I'm going to turn this down to 24. Just trying to get a little bit of resistance out of here, and then we're going to bump this up to 300 to see if what we can do with 300. So, alright. So I'm going to go out here and run a couple of mock qualifying runs. As you can see, the room is getting into nighttime. And we are about, what, a half hour in? A little bit over a half hour in, so that's about how I want it to change. So it looks like I got the settings okay. Wait till these guys go by and then... Alright, here we go. And we are in the Lexus RCF Group 3 car. This car does have 6 gears. And it looks like we're fighting a pretty healthy headwind here. If you look up at the top right of the screen, you can see the wind, 16 feet per second. I'm actually keeping it in 5th gear, and I'm going to try shifting into 5th gear down the backstretch next time so we can pull that little bit of extra power out of it. Now what you want to do here, you want to be as smooth as possible and go in the corners and scrub off as little speed as possible and try to keep it as low as possible. So as soon as we pick up that headwind, it's really going to change. Yeah, I'm losing a little speed actually. Didn't lose as much as I thought I was going to. Next lap we'll try 5th gear and see if it pulls at all. This car is kind of a brick compared to some of these other cars aerodynamically. This car and the Mustang probably have the most aerodynamic disadvantage being out front, but they draft the best. So this is with the Transit 300. I might drive down to 290 and see if that makes a difference here and make another run. I'm pretty sure with this car I'm going to be starting towards the back, so. Because Steve ran a 51.2 in the Jaguar. I want to run one more. I know it's not a qualifying run, but I just want to see what it'll do. If I put it in 5th gear on the back stretch here, see if it can hold that speed. I don't think this car has an awful lot of power that high up in the RPM range, so yeah, it's not gaining, not losing, so. Alright, now we're going to try something different. We're going to try 290. And again, the race settings are set at 310, but you can run whatever you want in qualifying for the fully customizable transmission as long as it's an automatic setting. You can't go in there and start messing with your gear ratios. These are spec parts, you can't use them. I want to try and see what this will do, see if it'll give it a little bit more tug in the wind in 5th gear. It may be too much, but... See, I'm already in 5th coming off the turn 2 here. I don't know where the best place would be to get least wind, maybe lowest on the track. I don't know, we're trying to see what it does. I still running about the same speed, even with the trans turned down. See, I nicked the apron there, that probably scrubbed a little speed off. .26, that's a little better. See what we get on this one. You want to keep the wheel as steady as you can. You don't want any movement in the wheel to scrub off any more speed. And once you get it, know the car's turned, let her glide out so you're not dragging speed. I think we're holding a little bit more speed there this lap. .652, so it's pretty consistent. So now we're going to go down to 280 and see if we can even run at that amount. I may not be able. I definitely won't be able to hold it in fifth gear. That's for sure. It'll be sixth, and it's going to be maxing it out, I think. But we'll see. I just got to find out where I can run the best qualifying lap, because these guys are going to be about a second ahead of me on the qualifying. But in the race, we'll be flying. This one I'm probably gonna be out into fifth gear out of turn 2 here, yeah. Yeah, she's really pushing the red line here. Alright, we'll see what we can do with it. And we're going to be really gentle going in again. We're holding 174. It might have been the best I've seen so far. Hold that wheel as steady as you can. Try to come off as tight as you can to keep as minimal distance. I ain't gonna touch that 51.222 Steve put up. Holy crap. That Jaguar is slippery. So is the Corvette. So is the Viper. Curious to see if some guys will choose something different just to see if they get an advantage. .52613, it's almost exactly the same. We'll see if this one's a little faster because I'm going to hold more speed. But don't forget we got the headwind going down the backstretch here, so now I got to shorten the distance here. I don't want to pinch it off, but yeah, there we go. I'm off as tight as we can. See, I did lose a little time because I drifted up there. I didn't want to drag any more speed off. I'll try one more combination after we get done with this. .633, about the same. So that didn't really make a lot of difference. Now it looks like Steve's running the RCF. I think that's his manufacturer. I saw his post. So let's change car. No, I don't want to change car. I want to change settings. Change settings. Now I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's worth a shot. I got to figure out where I can get more speed. Alright, here we go. We're going to try 320 and keeping it in 5th gear. I don't think this actually changed. Nope. I was doing that little glitch last night where you would change it, but it wouldn't actually change the settings. So I'm going to go exit out. We're going to go all the way down here to 280 or 290 or whatever we had it at. I think I had it 280, didn't I? Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to go out. I'm going to cancel my entry. Hit my settings. So if you had that glitch, just be careful because you don't know if that... See it's saying 280 now. We're going to go up to 320. We're going to exit out. Enter. Then we're going to check the settings. Alright, it says it's there. Okay. Oop. Ah, she drifted up a little bit on me there. Still, no matter what you do with that headwind, it's still running about 168, 167. Huh. $50? How did he get in the 50? Must have had a draft. Almost exactly the same. I think I'm pretty much dead in qualifying on this thing. Alright. I don't want to exit the room because that'll shut everybody out. I need to go to car settings. Actually, what I should do, let's go over here. Let's get out of the entry. Car settings. Just gonna go back to the standard setting and see what it'll do in 5th gear. Trying to find that maybe magic I can pick up a half a second or something. Finding the best method. Nope, it will not. Just that shift, what cost me a mile an hour. Run one more lap just to try one thing.
Are you allowed to shorten 6th gear?
No, I want to leave everything at the standard settings just to make it competitive, just for a competitive thing. Yeah, it's about the same no matter what I do. Huh, I think I was fastest. I don't think it's going to matter, but I think I was fastest at... Well, there goes the timer. That was 1 hour a happy hour. But guys didn't come in for a little bit, so I'll extend it a little bit. You know, I suppose I could, and rather than typing all this out, I could get on the chat. I think Let me just jump on the chat here, duh. I keep forgetting about that. I'm so used to doing YouTube without without having the chat.
I have to leave for work soon, so I won't get to see the race. Good luck and have fun.
Well, thanks, Matt. It's too bad you can't join us there, bud. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Rock and roll.
Your Honor.
435 on the front.
Sorry, not Honor. Your Highness.
Your Honor. Your Grace.
I'm Your Honor. I'm the
yeah,
judge.
Your Honor, yeah.
You can be Your Highness.
Hey, Judge, speaking of, did you see that GTO that sold for $1 million at Meekum?
No,
a Judge. It was a 1970, I think, Judge.
I had a guy that I knew in high school, and then I was working with him. I don't know. This is probably 37 years ago. He had a GTO back then, and him and his wife were getting divorced, and she was gonna get his GTO. He chopped him up with a. He chopped them all down with a blowtorch and gave it to her.
That hurts.
Of course, pretty sure he got in trouble with the judge after he was supposed to.
I want the GTO from Dazed and Confused.
He cut it up with a blowtorch.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
I thought the Lexus had an 8-speed.
No, I think all the Group 3s are just 6 speeds. I think that's
for that next gear.
I know. I was just out there trying to run. It's not going to qualify well, but it'll draft well.
I've always run the Mustang, but I've fallen in love with all the Lexuses, the Group 2, the Group 3.
Yeah, they're very Mustang-like. I mean, they're darn near driving them. You could probably blindfold yourself and get in them, and they'd be about the same. Because I've run both in exhibition manufacturers.
I think I'm going to sign with them for manufacturers next time.
So, Steve, have you done any settings on yours?
I just got it down to 500 horsepower and
the minimum, the room requirements. Okay,
pounds.
just drop everything. Take your downforce all the way out. Take your body height all the way out. It handles it fine. And then do your toe angles at like 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then that'll help you. That'll help you. Do you guys have any camber in these cars?
1.0 front and rear.
You guys run 1.0. That's what I was running before, and I think
a little bit. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's all.
And I'm running my ballast all the way to the rear.
Oh, are you running to the rear? Oh, that's something I didn't actually do.
All the way to the rear.
Oh yeah, because that'll drop the wing out of the air. Good idea. I haven't tried that. Very, very astute. Let's try that now.
And I screwed around with my output adjustments and my power restrictor and ended up getting a couple more foot-pounds of torque out of the car.
Oh, really? Now, did you take the power restrictor all the way down or no? No. See, somebody told me that, and I was wondering about that.
I'm at 90 on my output and 74 on my power restrictor. I want the output adjustment as high as it can be.
Right.
So that all my components run at max power.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking myself. And also, Steve, man, you can put the turbo or whatever on it. That is fine, but you'd still have to restrict the power down to the 500.
I have a low-end torque supercharger on this.
Yeah, and this one, the Lexus only gives you an option of a turbocharger, but...
Body height. All right, there we go.
Yeah, actually, if you want to keep yourself from sparking and scraping the track, Steve, run your rear body height all the way down. Run your front body height up about 2 or 3 ticks. Because what that allows it to do, that allows the downforce to bring the car down to the track rather than it being too low and the downforce pushing the nose into the track where you get the sparking and you scrub speed.
Ah. Okay. Now see, I didn't do that.
That's how the NASCAR guys, that's how they set their cars up.
Let the downforce.
You ever notice if they're, if you ever notice when they're stopped, that nose is just, when they're in the pit, that nose is just raised a little bit. When they're on the track, that nose is pushed down to the track.
And probably put the springs at minimum then too, huh?
Well, so. I'm running a softer setup, but I'm not, my springs aren't all the way down.
Oh, okay. I always run them pretty soft too, but
I have my front and rear frequency at 3.44. My compression's 25 and my expansion's 35.
That sounds like what I got.
5 and 5. So I'm soft just to let the car float with the track, so it's not, because if you get a hard suspension, your tires want to get choppy.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to scrub any speed. Right.
Yeah. So if you're letting the car float, allows the tires to stay on the track. Allows you to maintain your speed. And you pick up time.
Aaron FQ2, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Trying to get a little more speed out of this RCF here for qualifying, and it's not happening.
I know how you get more speed out there. Switch cars.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking about actually buying the Viper and running it, but I don't really have a good livery for it. 52.6, that didn't make any difference on 310.
Hey man, you still got 2 hours till race time, till those guys and graphics to get to work, man.
I noticed that I had it going on here. I thought I was changing ratios, and it wasn't doing it again. It was showing I changed it, but I went out there. I went from 280 to 320, and it was the same as 280. And I'm like, oh, that's still not working. So you have to go all the way out, the settings, go all the way back in, and I think that actually works.
Yeah, I don't have a turbocharger.
Yeah, when I decided the Group 3 cars, I bought the Corvette and then went in and did the same mods on all 3 of them. Which ones I was going to run. 52, 698, that didn't make much difference. But what I might do, now change the settings down to 300 or whatnot.
The Invictus Games Brembo number 23 Jaguar is ready for some action. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm running the Funyun RCF, and I'm hoping people don't like the smell of onions and will get the hell away from me. Don't get near him, he smells like an onion.
I'm going to have to go grab me a bag of Funyuns, because then I'll be smoking it up for a race, so I can be relaxed. And not have my heart racing at 100 miles an hour. And I pulled a 20-lap fuel run out of my ass on that Jaguar.
Oh, did you?
Myself. Running by myself. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just did 20 laps on the Viper.
Yep. Yep. That car's, I'm not touching, no, my car's in lockdown in the trailer right now.
Park for May bound.
Heavily guarded. Actually, it's not heavily guarded. There's just a cone behind the ramp, that's all.
Well, the wind has dropped to 13.
Okay, so it's come down 3 feet per second. It was at 12.5 when I came in the room, went up to 16.5, now it's back down. And I think that might be because you have cloudy conditions on.
Yeah, I've got it changing all through the whole thing.
Now, is this going to be a night race?
It'll start in the afternoon, go into night, so it'll be kind of a cool transition. I love watching the. They always have, and I tried to figure out where the clouds would be when sunset, because that always looks really cool. Like it's like purple and orange and. Ooh, I'm pulling 168 down the backstretch right now in this setup.
Yeah, 170 miles an hour. I don't have much time for the scenic view.
Down the backstretch in the Viper, it's running 172.
I'm trying to catch your draft. I'm stuck at 170 and not budging.
Yeah, that backstretch is... That wind, it's down a little bit, so I'm definitely... At 52.496, the fastest I've run. It drifted up on me there.
So you did, Keith, get 20 laps out of the Viper on fuel?
Yes.
Was that fuel map adjustment?
No, I don't do that. Only time I do fuel map is if I'm running a really heavy fuel burn.
Okay, I think I found the magic number here. John, what are you running? Is that the Corvette? Oh, John's not in here, is he?
I don't think he's in here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is he just not in the chat?
Yeah, he's just not in the chat.
Possibly could be charging his headphones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kev, what's your ET on this race tonight? 7:30.
I'm gonna start. I'm probably starting around 8 o'clock for the race. My time, our time.
Eastern or Central?
That's Central. That's Central. I'm gonna start my stream at 7, and then we'll get everybody in, and then we'll do qualifying probably around 7:30 or so. Still, it seems like no matter what gear I set up, I go into turn 1 at 173.
That's faster than me.
There's I tell you what, this thing, it's so inconsistent. Yesterday it was not going this fast. That was the 51-1 was assisted, and I've run 3 51-4s unassisted. Now 5 of them.
I'm on 52.8.
What gear you got in it, Steve? Remember, you guys can run whatever you want for qualifying, whatever gear you want for qualifying. I just ran a 52.5. That's at 300.
Oh, okay. I think I'm
at 310.
Well, the thing was, when me and you was running the other night,
yeah,
it was not running this quick.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to it. Nothing. I have not changed anything.
Yeah, it might be the difference in the weather, because the weather will actually change right now. I think it's at clear and not humid.
When you enter the room, does it tell you the ambient temperature?
You know, it doesn't really say that. It just says like a general, like humid or dry, and then cloudy and not cloudy.
Because if you go in, I had it. I was just running on. You know how if you go to the track, you can just do time trial.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you enter there, it actually tells you what the ambient temperature is.
Oh, really? No, yeah. That didn't do that. I wonder if it does that because the lobby is got so much more going on with it.
I don't know. I feel like just getting in a streetcar that's got a damn
a temperature gauge.
It's just got an ambient temperature gauge just to see what it is.
Yeah. Get one that's 3,000 pounds. You can probably jump in one. Oh no, this is set to Group 3. This room.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You figure a Lexus, as expensive as they are, would have one.
Yeah. You probably got to go through some menu with your little mouse thing on the dash or on the center console. Blunk, blunk, blunk.
I hope that Group 3 car does not have that center console in it.
No, it doesn't.
The Group 4 might.
Yeah, the Group 4s usually are. You can even see the door, like they usually have the trim panel up. You can see like the cables running for the door handle and.
Yeah. Boy, this thing is dead consistent tonight. Did you do that 20-lap run on your own, Keith?
Yeah, I'm not drafting with anybody right now.
That's impressive.
I try not to jerk around on the wheel at all. I try to keep it nice and smooth.
Well, me and King did a run, and I put it in fuel map 2.
Yeah.
And it only saved me in an 18-lap run 1/2 of a lap of fuel. That was it.
Yeah, it was enough for you to get around, though, one more time, because before it was like 0.4, right, or something like that.
Yes.
You were like out.
Mm-hmm. I came in with 0%.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on this right now. I'm on the same. I'm on lap 10. I'm on halfway through lap 10, and I've got 10.5 laps, and I've got 9.4 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I am just getting ready to complete lap 12. I only have 30% left in the Viper. But that's been full throttle the entire time, not even breathing off of it.
What's her?
Wind speed died down a little bit more going down the backstretch. It would make a huge difference.
Okay, try. Damn, it dropped down to 10.
Yeah.
Now, you said ghosting was going to be completely off, right?
Completely off, yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best.
Yeah, because we're going to have cautions, and so if there's a problem, then somebody will be able to get caught up.
The only way it's going to screw you is if you're running behind a group that gets in it.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Listen to your spotter. I don't know, just drive fast. Drive fast through the middle. Boom. Yeah, 52.5, that's about all I'm going to get.
Yeah, I'm 52.6.
Yeah. This thing's just not going to qualify that well, but it does race very well. Because we did some practice racing, and it pulls up in the draft like crazy. Better than I thought than the Corvette did when I ran the Corvette. About the same as the Mustang. Like I said, they might as well just put the danged stickers on it and make it a Mustang or vice versa.
I like the grill.
Yeah. I'm liking my new gold and black liveries I made up for New Year's, and now I want to keep them.
There's no reason you shouldn't.
No, I might just run them through this first part of the year. But then I got to go back to my FQ2 blue eventually.
5267, 5267, 5267. All right. Oh, 52.7. Yeah, I hit a bug. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only going to get 17 laps out of this run.
I wonder if having that higher tail, even though the headwind kills you, I wonder if the higher tailwind helps down the front stretch then.
It should be a complete wash because
Yeah,
you're going
you'd think.
one direction one way and one direction the other way.
Right, yeah, you'd think.
It should be the equals, you know. All except for the rears, there is just no tire wear here, hardly ever.
Right.
All right, man. Hendrick.
See you, John.
Yeah, we'll see you, John. So he was running the Corvette. Huh? He must have been in a draft.
Boy, that thing's not messing around filling up.
$52.6.
I know, I can't get... The best one I had was running fourth gear in, or fifth gear at, I think, 290. With the trans set at 290, I ran a 52.4. And that was running fifth gear. Alright, I think I got everything set on this beast. See, I've lost 2 horsepower just running... Oh, no, this is the Corvette, duh. But yeah, make sure you guys, before you come in for the event, change that oil right before you come in. Because it does start to lose a couple horsepower after you run about 10, 15 laps.
I lost 2 on the Viper that I can't get back. I had to adjust the power limiter.
Oh, yeah?
They just won't come back, so I had to go in between the power meter and what the computer...
Oh, well, it is a Chrysler, so it's probably losing wear.
Well, at least one gear in the transmission should be gone by now.
Yeah, right. I don't think they make those road racing transmissions, so.
No. I have found out in the world of performance transmissions, there is no top dollar amount of money that you cannot spend.
Right.
They have got Tremec knockoff dog boxes now for...
Oh, do they really?
$34,000.
Jeez.
Let's see what happens with the 320.
You probably have to be in... well, how far has the headwind died down?
It's down to 8.8 now.
Is it really? That'll make a difference. You might be able to run a taller gear.
I can call my mom and ask her what the temperature is in Daytona.
Hey, Mom.
Mom, will you look out on your porch? What's the thermometer? 74. Okay, thank you.
She'll just be nice. It'll just be nice to hear from you, if nothing else. I'm going to come around on your inside, Steve Mann.
I'll go high.
And I don't know if you want to see if you can hop in this time.
All gear. I'll see if I can hang with you.
I'm going to try to keep consistent in this line as possible.
Guys, I'm coming out of the pits. I'm going to go right to the high side. You have the low.
We're going to be a minute before we get there anyway, or at least 30 seconds.
Somebody's coming through the tri-oval, so.
I'm coming up behind you, Steve.
Oh, okay. We'll lap you on, Keith.
6.
Okay.
See, I think this is where it's getting unfair. Steve Mann he can't stick with the Viper.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got that 320 gear in there right now, too.
Yeah, but it should be able to pull it in the slip.
Yeah.
I'm running faster than I was, but
it's still the slip, you know. You should be able. I'll tell you what, I'm going to slow back down a little bit. I'm going to see if I can get you right there. And we'll see if you can, because my word, you should be able to. If not, this Viper's going to have to change. Because I don't want to, you know, have something that's not going to be able to race with everybody else.
Right, right.
See, he got in this time. Let's see if he'll stay.
Bump. I'll tell you what, this car is stable.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, but I'm pretty stable behind you.
See, the bad part is that you're jumping around for me only visually, and I'm probably jumping around for you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's just the net code thing that you can't do anything about.
Because I'm not even touching the wheel. Just straight on. Uh-oh, I'm going to bump you in the corner. I hate to do that.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's not making me, at least on my screen, I couldn't even tell you did it.
One left of you, Kevin.
Left of me? Okay. I'm going to try to grab you guys' draft here. I don't know, I think I slowed down too much. No, I got you.
A 50.6. That's better than 52.6 any day.
Yeah, I run a 50.626 that lap. Steve must have kicked in the afterburner.
Yeah, he's drafting.
All draft. I hung back on Keith and then hit the gas and just to see what it would do coming through the tri-oval.
Did pretty well.
Keith's got that fat ass fucking Viper in front of me, cutting a hole about a mile wide.
Yeah.
She does got a donk on her, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, it's sexy.
Thank you.
I slowed down too much. I can't quite keep with you guys, although you're not pulling away like rapidly fast. Are you pushing him, Steve? Are you pushing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm backing out in the corners. I'm not pushing in the
Oh,
corners.
I gotcha. Okay.
You've got a little bit of jump going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not much that I can't push him, but I take it easy in the corners anyway. I don't like pushing somebody because that's where you can get somebody twisted.
Yep.
Go ahead, Steve.
Well, stay off the wall.
I saw that. Sparks everywhere.
That's just he's just taking a little weight off is all he's doing.
Decals are wearing me down.
Yeah, got a little ridge on them, you know.
God, just many years as we went to Daytona, I remember before they started wrapping cars, my brother said, "Come over here and check out Tony Stewart's ride. He's going to be fast." And they clear coated over top of the decals. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, we're onto something here."
That's why they do the wraps now.
many years ago. But he said, "Check it out."
Evernham was the first one to truly paint all the decals on for Gordon because he didn't want those bumps.
Yep.
Keith, am I jumping around at all on your screen?
Yeah, you are a little bit.
Wow, 181.
Yeah. I was watching, before I got on here, the Le Mans virtual race. The server has crashed for them twice.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Is that iRacing?
No, they switched it to R Factor 2.
Oh. Well, that doesn't look good on R Factor then, does it?
Well, no, but I mean, they say that that's just the way that is.
I've seen that happen once on iRacing where the whole server crashed. They had to restart the whole thing over.
It has. Are we coming up on you, King?
Yeah, that's me. I'm partial throttling it so I can try to catch you guys when you go by me.
Say, if nothing else, I can just put you in the front of this train and we can see what we can do.
Sure.
Oh,
sorry, Keith.
I drifted out to the outside.
I didn't even know you went there.
Didn't mean to. By the way, you're turning to the left, Steve.
Be ready here, King.
Yeah, I'm just tapping the brake here, see what that does. Kind of get a hang of that too for during the race. You don't have to.
3,
my brake is
2, 1.
Boom.
Boom. There we go.
Let's see how fast that Viper sucks up to this thing.
Pretty damn quick. That's 178 when I got to you.
Yep.
181 when he tapped me.
Yep. Yeah, I got to 181 when you tapped me, but it drops off real fast in the front.
Yeah, that's Mother Nature.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't do anything about that.
Yep.
No, you can do plenty with that.
Hey, what's up, Nook?
Hey, Nuggy.
Sounds a little more awake.
Yeah.
I think we went on until 1 o'clock. My time, Nook, you were at like 2, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I was so tired it took me like 5 minutes to get off the rig. I think I literally fell asleep down that one backstretch on that we were running the test races.
You've done that driving the go-kart before a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I can almost stay attached to the back of the Corvette here.
I bet you the Lexus you would be. Hey, Steve Mann, why don't you jump around us and lead a little bit here? Let's see how big a hole that thing puts in the air.
Well, that giant beaker grill, it ought to.
Yeah.
What's he running?
RCF. I jumped in the Corvette. I've been running the RCF. Alright. I'm going to be on you right now. There we go.
Oddly enough, even with 3 cars, we did not run as fast as
No,
Keith.
I know. I saw that.
As fast as who?
Keith.
Keith is running with Steve. They run that draft. They were running 2 in a pack.
I've only got 1 lap of fuel left, so this isn't going to last long.
I think that's all I got left, too.
What lap you on, Keith?
I got 1.7 left.
Oh,
What
sorry,
lap are
Steve.
you on
Whoa!
17 right now.
17?
Yeah, that's the ping pong problem
Yeah.
there.
I also need a oil change.
Yeah, so running at these speeds, Keith,
I thought
way
Aaron...
you go 20 laps.
Oddly enough, boy, I went a hell of a lot farther in the draft.
Yeah.
Wow. I pulled back out at lap 18, and I'm going to be finishing lap 34 as I go by. I'm going to be out of fuel.
Here comes
before
a hard
I
one,
get to
Steve.
the pits.
Oh, man, that's a hell of a...
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. Jeez.
It didn't budge this car, man. I couldn't even tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, I just ran out of fuel right there.
Just off center, just a little bit there, Steven. It still gets you loose.
Oh, shit the bed. I'm going to have to hop out. I just hit don't refuel. Damn it.
That'll make a problem. Whoa.
Yep, tell him crew chief yours to get the mistakes out of the way now.
Damn it. Dead zero. Well, you're just so used to it.
I did lift a little bit there, Steve, just to get you back in there.
Cool.
So that's a little trick. You picked up really quick after I'd lifted there. And it looked like I was going to lose you when I first swung back up there.
I did not lose horsepower those 2 fuel runs. Unbelievable.
Oh, so I was doing a mock race.
Now I was just seeing how far it'd go. I tell you what, pushing somebody, you can go a hell of a lot farther on fuel.
Yeah, because I've been behind you. I've still got 6 laps, and I'm at 16.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's really hard to test on fuel because you just don't know what's going to happen during the race.
Right, yeah.
You know?
It's
Are
safe
you
to...
going to be leading?
Yeah.
Are you going to be pushing?
Yeah.
With it being stage racing, King, though, it makes... You have to set up the third stage with the first 2, you know?
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You cannot plan ahead.
No, you can't because, I mean, Steve's just talking about getting 22 laps out of a run of fuel. I ran 20 on my own with no draft help, and Keith and I were about an 18-lap window.
See,
Yeah.
there's just no consistency there.
Right.
There's no consistency to it.
Well, and
If
our
you
wind
take
has been up and
what
down.
you learn
20,
and
but
apply it
just
to
now
the
with
situation that
18
you
and a
get
half.
into in the race, you kind of know what to expect, but there's no one situation you can plan for.
No. It's going to have to be fluid. You're going to have about 10 different plans.
Yeah. And try to do it while you're racing. And then I got to run race control at the same time.
How long is the last run going to be?
35.
How many? 35 laps.
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all
15, 25, and 35, isn't it?
Yep, 15, 25, 35.
thought
1,
that's
2,
right.
and 3 times points. Yep.
16 on the first one, you said.
Well, it'll be we're going to pace lap, so it'll be the end of lap 16.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have 5 spare laps in there. And
Yep,
one
there's
on
5
the pace
spare
lap
laps,
and
1
then
pace
2
lap,
sets.
and 2 sets of caution lap. 2 sets of 2 caution laps. Yep.
Yep.
Y'all have been running all out.
Flat out, yep.
Usually
That's way too early for that, Keith.
I've only had
Better
one
get
cup
that
of coffee
fucking
this
coffee,
morning.
bro.
I need another cup of coffee. I normally have
Look, what were
2.
you saying? You were running flat out what?
Usually I can only get 18 laps out of the car.
That's about right.
That's about what most of them are, I think.
Yeah.
But like Aaron said, you get in the draft, you can stretch that.
Probably
stretch
a few
that out,
laps,
even-
yep.
Especially if you just sit and push and don't try to run point. Run points where you're going to use more fuel, I think.
I mean, you have to be full throttle to push.
Well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You can drop your fueling down to 3 on the straights and still push.
Yeah, because you're not pushing any air. That's
Yeah.
what that's why when the car bumps, when you get bumped, it spikes up and then falls back so fast because you're still pushing the same amount of air.
That and, well, technically full throttle should be full throttle.
Right.
Now, if you're running 300 or 400 more RPM more, that should make a difference, but does it make a difference? It's one of those things, because when we had the Miatas here and did this, they hardly use any fuel anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm going to test something here, Steve, in this corner, because I shut all the rules off. I want to see if it resets you so we can, down here on the apron. Oh, well, it doesn't drive flat very good at 166 miles an hour. But no, it didn't reset me below the line.
Yeah, the other night it did to me.
Well, I changed the rules, though.
Yeah.
I got rid of the reset. No, I remember that, yeah. I got rid of the reset, so I just basically shut everything off.
Yeah, when you're in the lobby of this room, and you see the chat and all the people on the pylon all the way on the right side, there is a temperature and surface water above the little picture of the track, that both of them are blank. I guess it just doesn't want you to know.
Hey, Steve, man, you need to get the guys out there drilling holes in the surface to get the water out of it.
Guys, I'm going to leave this up for about 14 more minutes here, and about 3 o'clock I'll shut her down, and then I got to do some more maintenance. Okay. So I gotta get rid of some more replays and stuff. So I make sure I got enough memory.
This is going to eat some memory.
Yeah, this one will. I was surprised though, those 45 lappers, because we only had 6 and 8 cars. The one only took like 130 megabytes, which I was really surprised about. Because those were like almost 2 hours. Hour and a half, I guess.
Did anybody run Nations Cup today?
I was going to and decided, no.
I hate that car. I hate that car.
If it would have been in the Red Bull Junior, I would have said yes. Just because it's not ridiculous like that thing is.
Yeah, you thought driving the Super Formulas was a fucking pain.
Yeah. Well, it's far easier to drive than what the original one was when it first came out, because I don't know what it felt like that car had 3,000 horsepower. You shouldn't be able to do 500 miles an hour now straight away.
I know, right? Fastest man alive.
Mm-hmm. You're going to tear a hole in time.
Found a wormhole.
Yes.
It's like with the planes when they're right on the edge of supersonic, where they start pushing off all that pocket.
And I grew up at Ty, right outside of Abilene, at Dyess Air Force Base, at the very end of it.
That's cool.
There is nothing like a B-1 bomber just at sundown, taking off with full afterburner.
Oh yeah, the Lancer. Those babies are heavy, and they got a ton of thrust.
Well, and Dyess used to be, they used to house B-52s.
Oh yeah.
When they do their practice, and you'd end up with about 5 or 6 of them taking off together.
Oh yeah.
Nose to tail. Oh my gosh.
we used to have the B-52s come into Offutt Air Force Base all the time. Would come in there, yeah. We had the T-38 training instructor was there, so you saw the fighter jets in the air all the time. That was cool.
Yeah,
the training ones.
The one plane I would have loved to seen take off was the SR-71.
Oh yeah.
We retired the very first SR-71 at Offutt. It's sitting at the museum there. But yeah, that fucking thing, they did almost a full speed, not a full speed flyby because that thing is sick fast, but he was probably 75%, but he did a flyby on the runway before they came in and landed it, and I'll tell you what, you saw it, And then you fucking heard it.
Yeah.
And one I only saw once. One plane that I only saw one time, and I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. I know it's called the Hustler, and it's a Delta Wing. That is the loudest jet I have ever heard in my life. That was when I was in my it was in the 70s.
Yeah, I can't think of the number on that.
There's a C5 Galaxy that's fucking loud.
No, I've watched that too. I've seen the C5A.
That thing shouldn't even fly.
I have been flown around in those things so much. Because you sit backwards in them.
Yeah. Well,
the seat is facing the tail end of the plane for the passengers.
They had the base open one time for one of those deals, and they had the C5A open front and rear and walk in and go through. Oh my God, it's amazing how big that thing is.
You got some nut job going reverse on the front stretch. That's not how it works, Nook.
He begs to differ.
He's practicing his victory spin outs. That's what he's doing.
He's trying to take the mileage off the car. It didn't work in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, I was going to say, been watching too much Ferris Bueller. I know what's happening. He's practicing when he gets wiped out to see how well he can recover the car. That's what it is.
I can't go down in reverse while going in reverse at speed.
Well, yeah, unless you want to drop your transmission in the middle of turn 1.
Well, it ain't mine.
He ain't got a cent in it.
Hey, my car. I'm a hired gun. Fuck it. I'll run it in turn 3.
Harry, what's wrong with my car?
Thing's going to be about an inch skinnier by the time I'm done with it. Going in reverse doesn't put more tread back on your tires either.
You'd think it would.
Damn it.
So actually the Corvette, I messed around with the settings. It actually is the best with the power restrictor all the way down.
Well, it could put the tread back on the tires
if that's the wrong car.
Out and then back up over to my track.
Now they're just going to have one big bump in the middle of your tire.
I mean, over all the tire, yeah.
Hey, you keep running those 218s though all day. That's fine.
I mean, I was doing mid 51s, so yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I saw 51.6. Going at that speed, somebody hits you, you're gonna go flying over the fence.
Well, I guess I'll join the everybody. Was it 5-6 other people that done it?
Yeah.
That was back when they had guardrails, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they ran convertibles.
That's a great idea.
Well, you know, it's not like in the 50s that they weren't racing in a t-shirt anyway.
Right.
Yeah. You just come from work, had a beer, hopped in the car, and went.
Don't forget to tape off your headlights with some electrical tape.
Fucking go like hell. Don't you guys drink on beers while I'm out on the track, motherfuckers.
I can imagine Junior Johnson doing that.
Handing a fucking driver Strohs through the window net. Here, man, drink this. Hurry up, we got no tires changed.
Yeah.
Strohs, man, I haven't had a Stroh in a long fucking time.
I haven't even seen one.
Yeah, I don't even think they make it. Well, that's fine. Throw me a PBR. We're good.
I tell you what, you go down to Southern Illinois, you will find, oh God, what's that rot gut beer?
Coors Light?
No.
That's malt liquor.
It's worse than that.
I'll tell you what,
It's a gold can. I can't remember what it was.
Stroh's came in a gold can. Miller High Life came in a gold can.
Miller Genuine Draft? GT?
That was always a clear bottle, I always saw. I don't even know if they put that stuff in a can.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
32 ounce cans.
It's way better out of the bottle than it is out of the can, though, but I think the can is gold. Gold and white.
Stag. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, oh, God.
That's made in Carbondale, Illinois. All Southern Illinois, all the bars you go to, they've got it on tap.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, it is working on 4 o'clock here.
2 o'clock.
Cool. I'm going to jump off here for a little bit, fellas, get something to eat. And
yep, about 5 more minutes, guys. If we'll wrap it up, and we'll be back on about 7 o'clock. So about
8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. Okay.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Cool. I want to go watch a football game then.
Football.
Yeah. I go fast and
I'll be back on later, guys. See you
all right, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Goes nook backwards.
I go faster in reverse than I do in first.
Well, now we know it's got a taller gear.
Just going to verify all these settings because this is exactly the room I created for tonight. And might turn the weather down to 4 times. Because it's been, what? This has been up for about 2 hours. It's still dark though, so that's good.
A little off topic here, but if you guys go into your Legends garage, the Haggerty collection, does that stupid Christian Dior?
Yes, that thing's still up there. Nobody's buying it, I'm sure. I think they probably just put a certain number of them in there, and just once they're gone, but nobody's buying that thing.
Well, it's never went away.
I know.
Ever since the day they put it in there.
That's probably some agreement they got with them. You gotta, yeah, if they get so many out there, then we can take it down. Oh, man.
It says it's hot. hot to who?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I can't imagine too many people being so fashion conscious that plays this game.
Exactly.
I mean, that's an assumption. I understand that. But,
I thought it was magnificent.
I don't even think that any of the women that play this game would be into that.
No, I don't either.
I mean, it's not a particularly pretty car to me.
No, it's no different than the regular one. And that one they have in the used right now for $164,000. Or you could pay, what, $600,000? Wasn't it $600,000? No, it's $500,000.
Yeah.
What's the name of the one with the Mustang with a different body?
I don't know. Di Tommaso?
I mean, that's the name of the brand, but the name of the car.
The Pantera?
Yeah. That's the only Di Tommaso I know of, and that I like.
Yeah.
That's my first time seeing any other Di Tommaso.
It's not like there's very many of them running around.
No, They had a Mangusta too, didn't they?
I don't know enough when it comes to that stuff to be able to say one way or another. Once you get into those, where they only made so many of them,
Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff you don't even know they ever made out there.
No, I mean, unless you are into cars big time, hell, half the people's never even heard of Noble.
Right, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, well, what's a Noble? You know, well, if you're in Europe, you know what one is.
Yeah,
but
right.
Here,
Yeah.
I've only seen like 4 of them.
I only see it on TV, and that's only because of Top Gear.
Mm.
Yeah, the only reason I saw them is because we had a few races up at the Country Club racetrack there in Joliet.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Auto Club.
Autobahn.
Autobahn. Yeah, Autobahn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And those guys that have the garages that are built there on the track,
mm-hmm.
you know, those guys, they let's just say they don't worry about what stuff costs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, they just don't ask because it doesn't matter.
Well, it's like the guy that came in and bought the GT500 there at our store. It's like that person has so much money they didn't even care. They flew in, they bought the car, then left, and then had it transported.
Yeah. Well, it's like there was a where the hell were we at? Well, we were in Bloomington, Indiana, and there was about a 60-year-old woman pulled in a brand new GT.
Oh yeah.
The Ford GT.
Yep.
It's like, how the hell did she get that thing?
I don't know.
She got it.
Why? I'm pretty sure she can't drive it.
She was driving it.
It took her an hour to get into it.
Oh, she was a little itty bitty woman. I mean, little tiny one. It looked like she had taken care of herself over the years, and evidently she either married well or made some really good decisions in whatever she did for a living.
Maybe it's who she did for a living.
You never know.
It could be.
Well, one day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy a new Ford GT though.
I don't think so either. I really don't.
No, I would
There's too many other cars.
Right.
I mean, I think the price needs to drop at least $100,000.
Well, the big thing is that I think even the lightest ones that you could buy, if you would have got accepted, were around $500,000. But the day you bought them and took possession, the value literally doubled. Mm-hmm. Because that John Cena, he actually got sued by Ford.
Right.
He did win because, you know, it's like, hey, I own this car. You can't tell me what to do. And the court agreed with him.
Yep.
That is still having to go through that. It's like, no.
If Ferrari does that too.
Well, Ferrari calls you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't. It's like when Nick Mason was alive, you know, the drummer for. Oh God, I hate old-timers. Pink Floyd.
Okay.
They called him. Hey, we're gonna make a new car. Do you want one? Yes, I'd like one. You know, well, he brought his Enzo for the Top Gear guys to drive. He drove it down there and flew away in his helicopter. You know.
All the YouTubers I've seen, they refuse to deal with Ferrari.
Yeah. Unless it's used.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't go stuff because, I mean, even the guys that has got ridiculous amounts of money. Now, I can't speak for Shami. He seems to get absolutely anything he wants.
I don't know who that is.
It's a British guy who, to look at him, you'd think that he was more into computers than cars, but I don't know. He's got to have 300 or 400 of them now.
No kidding.
Well, he was accepted to get an Aston Martin Valkyrie.
Oh, jeez.
He got an AMG 1. He got a 488. He's got a 599. I can't remember some of the other new ones. But Ferrari, they came out and said once they started making that SUV, they got more new customers with that than they ever had ever. And that was in one single year.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know why you'd want a Ferrari SUV.
I don't either.
I have absolutely no clue. Because no matter what, it's still ridiculously valuable. And if you cannot drive it on the street, why have it? I'm not going to stare at something in a garage. I'm not going to do it.
Do you have any price predictions for the Ferrari SUV?
I think it was $250,000.
That's right in line with Lamborghini.
Yeah. But that had to be so different for them to be able to make that kind of stuff. Because I can't imagine them making, 3 a day of one of those at most?
I don't
know if they could do 3 a day.
I don't think they would actually sell that many.
They sold over, what did they say? They sold over, I think, almost 5,000 of them.
Were they confirmed sales or just orders?
No, that was confirmed. You do not go to Ferrari and just talk about it. They won't have it. They do checks on you and stuff before they ever actually have a conversation with you.
That I can see.
Oh yeah, they don't mess around when it comes to that. But it's still, of all of the supercars, and I don't even know if you could consider it a supercar. To me, it's the high watermark for me is still the LFA.
Oh yeah, me too. That's the first car I'm buying if I ever win the lottery.
hands down, absolutely, before anything else.
I like it.
Oh yeah, those things are freaking awesome.
Well, it's just the sound is.
I know.
Is just beyond.
Well, like they said, Yamaha's a music company, and that's that was their thing, making it sound great.
Wow.
You can't have you can't consider an LFA and not consider a Porsche GT.
Oh well, the Porsche would be the ultimate daily because those cars are so bulletproof. You know.
No, I said the Ford GT.
Oh no! That to me, there's no comparison between the two.
I'm sorry, not the Ford GT, the Carrera GT.
Oh, the Porsche Carrera GT, yeah.
Nope. That is not even on my radar. Not at all.
It's two of the best sounding cars.
Best sounding without question. But the Carrera GT, you're talking about 8,000 miles and you need a clutch. Every time. It's just that they made that car so weak when it comes to so many aspects of it. And the LFA is the other side of that coin. They made it bulletproof like what the 911s are today. You know, you just go get a GT3, a 996, a 997. You just have an oil changed and just drive it. Put fuel in it. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. Just they're so good. But you know, the 911s, absolutely delicious. But it's still an LFA for me, no matter what. Because I love the SLS Mercedes. It's just fragile, like everything else. You know, you lose a coil pack, that's $1,300 right off of the bat and stuff like that. Because I had bought it from a guy who had an '07 GTR imported. I traded him my Corvette for it because for some reason he really wanted that Corvette, and it come around time to have brakes on it. I put brakes on it myself, but just purchasing the parts was $7,800.
Jeez.
Just to put brakes on it. It's just not worth owning them.
No.
Because anything goes wrong, it is ridiculous. Yeah, because I mean, in the world of classic cars and toys and all that stuff, or exotics, if you cannot afford to purchase the car twice, you cannot afford that car.
I know what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that ridiculous. Ferraris, you go out and buy one of the absolutely unoptioned 308s because they're still out there, affordable. You just got to find them. If anything goes wrong with them, you're talking parts for a normal car times 25.
Yep.
It's stuff. You lose an alternator on a '67 Ferrari, it's going to be $4,000. And that's if you actually can get in there and do it yourself. But there's so many jobs on mid-engine cars to where you basically have to have the engine out.
Oh, the motor, I was just going to say that, yeah.
Right. And the very first McLaren, the Impor P12 or whatever it was, those things, they lose transmissions like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
It's just, it wasn't, the MP4C-12.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, they're so fragile. And then
I watched a YouTuber, Drew Peacock. He got a McLaren and he had it for like at least a year. I mean, he hasn't had any problems with it.
Did he ever say how many miles he actually put on it?
Well, he don't drive it too much.
Yeah, there's the key.
One of the cars. I don't know how many miles he bought it with or how many he put on it.
Because McLaren, even then, if you keep renewing it, and I think it's like $4,800 a year. It's basically the extended car warranty for them. And it's like if you want to take one of the very first ones, and you do have that new car warranty to it, let's just say you want to take it to a track day, wherever you're at local. It'd be like probably that Owings Mills, Maryland track for you out there, and wherever for anybody. But you have to have a pre-inspection before you go to the track, and then when you come back to the track, you have to have a post-track inspection
for the warranty.
For the warranty, for them to say, no, sir, your warranty that you paid for is null and void, and now nobody else can have it on that car again ever.
Wow.
Well, do you know if this track out here has open track days?
Most of them do. Because that's the easiest way for them to make money without a racing series is just to have a track day.
Yep.
I never heard of the one out here having a. I only know it as, you know, sometimes they use that track at Motor Week for Motor Week. But
right.
That's not it.
Yeah, most of them do have track days. But a lot of times you have to be part of a club to get in because it is proper expensive to rent a track like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think they said for us to run the go-karts up there at Blackhawk Farms, it was like $3,700 or $3,800.
And that's the track, right? Just renting the track.
Yeah, that's to rent the track. That is for, of course, you know, paying the people
right
that actually work there, the corner workers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, which in the price of tracks, that's very small, but of course it's a very small track and it's not really known by anybody.
I know.
It's, you know, oh yeah. Well, you're right there.
Oh yeah, no, it's not far from my house at all. I haven't ridden there yet because every time I go up to the open track days, it's like something's wrong with my car. That's why I want to get That's why I want to get a new '86, so I can have something I can actually drive up there.
I think the closest known track to me is VIR, and that's like almost 400 miles away from me.
Yes. They actually have like townhouses that you can rent on grounds now.
Yeah,
at VIR. Yep.
I've never been. I just saw some Google Maps pictures.
Because we did that.
I plan to go sometime this year.
Yeah, because we raced in the go-karts literally everywhere. We went out to Utah for the one out there down in Alabama. We ran Daytona. We run Virginia, Mid-Ohio. We run Laguna Seca.
Oh, that's cool.
Going down the corkscrew in a shifter cart is a life-changing experience. It's like you were yeeting yourself off of a cliff.
I can just imagine.
Oh my, it is something else. Because when you come up there, you know, because your head's only about maybe 2.5 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
You cannot see. You cannot see anything except for that tree, those tires, and that guardrail. That's it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And you are coming up there. You do lose some RPM coming up the hill, but you're still full tilt in 6th gear.
Wow.
Absolutely flat. Because I still think the best track that I ever ran was probably Road America. By far.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just an absolute blast. But not what did the computer say? 94% of that track was full throttle.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. Minute and 43 seconds.
Wow.
Of absolute flat out. Because we have 10-liter fuel tanks, and most of the classes run 30 minutes, but we can only run 25 because we just can't make that extra 5 minutes of fuel.
Really?
Yeah, it will not hold it. But I mean, you know, you're asking a 2-stroke engine to literally to just push the little reed valves just as far as they will possibly go. I took the grid, and there was 137 shifter carts on that track.
Holy crap.
And you come down to turn 1, come up the hill, come over across the start-finish line, and when you get to turn 1, it's literally just breathe off the accelerator for just a second, enough for the nose just to get a little bit more weight.
Yeah.
Dive it in and just send it through there.
Wow.
Because I started 107th, and I finished 34th.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to say probably 50 of those carts in front of me did not make it mechanically.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's a very, very high rate of attrition in go-kart races. It's ridiculous. Because if you want to melt a hole in the piston, that's the place to do it.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. I have a collection of them. I have a... Just don't get greedy with the jet.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
yep.
2-strokes are known for blowing holes, and I remember that from snowmobiling.
Yep. They are, especially when you're trying to turn them 13,200 RPM. Well, they had some of the old rotary valve ones that were like a West Bend manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
They would run 21,000.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that is 381 revolutions a second.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how those little connecting rods ever handle that, but they did it. And they did it for years, too.
Yeah, my uncle raced snowmobiles years and years ago.
Yeah. Well, the tires on the go-kart that we were running, I sat down and figured it up, and just the tires were making like 109 revolutions a second.
A second? Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the tires actually grew almost 3 inches in diameter.
Wow.
What's this race you're practicing
I had no
for?
idea that even took place, but I had my rear bumper on it, and it actually wore a hole in it where one of them was closer, and it's like I had a 3-inch gap in there.
Wow, Epic on there. I gotta say hi to him here real quick. Hey, Epic, how you doing? We're racing a Daytona race tonight, NASCAR style race. We're running Group 3 cars with limited limits on them, and we're running with just V8 rear-wheel drive cars, except for this car as an exception, the Viper, and then the Vantage, which nobody's run. So that's the deal tonight.
Yep. I'm going to hop off here, Kev. We'll talk to you later tonight.
Yep, we'll talk to you. I'm just finishing up my Viper livery here.
Yep.
We'll see you, Aaron.
Yep, we'll see you.
I'm still here.
I hear you. What are you doing right now?
Doing this last, menu book so I can sell some cars.
Oh, yeah, I think I gotta do that too, yeah. I probably won't sell any, because I'm a hoarder. Whoa, that was way too much. Whoa, there we go.
Well, at some point, you know, it's like having real cars to me. I can't drive 200 cars. Most of them I don't even look at.
Right, I know.
What's the point of?
You'd think I would have the same attitude toward all my Supras.
But at some point you do show all of them attention. Right?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Well, I mean, most of the cars I have in my garage, I don't even look at.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of them I don't either.
Why not make some money off of it?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Alright. A couple more things and we're good to go. The Viper. Oh, I see. It changed the fog light covers, not the headlights, just the projector beam changed. Ah. Oh, I see. Turn this thing around. What's it look like in the back? Oh, well, let me change the color. Okay.
So you're running a vet? I mean, yeah, the vet.
No, I think I'm going to run the RC. It really drafts well and it really sucks up fast. But I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe trying the Viper. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess with the vet and the Viper, you don't have. It wouldn't be hard to keep up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is stay within 3/10 of the car in front of you.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see. We'll have somebody will lose the draft inevitably in the first stage, because everybody's gonna be going for it. Second stage, I think, will be the most crazy, because you're gonna have to pit. You're gonna have to, and you're gonna have to go for it because it's double the points. Especially you guys that are up there battling. You and Keith and John, and I'm a little out of it, but I'm what 65 points behind. But you and John are both within 30 points of Keith.
Who's John?
Hendrick man.
Okay. I'm struggling. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can work with my teammate.
Yep. Oh wait, that's on the other one, right down here.
And my teammate should know that he's my teammate. Since he should be running the same car. Other than that, it's every man for themselves.
That's right. Yeah, co-opetition. Co-opetition. That one needs to go. No, that one out. That can go that. Okay, it's supposed to look like the wind is smearing it. I'm gonna go blue next on this one.
Rue ready for mom to order pizza.
Already? It's 3. Oh yeah, I guess it is almost 3:30, isn't it? Wow, man. No, that's too much. Just to get a cover that up right there. There we go. Now we're gonna duplicate. Change color. Red.
So yes or no?
No, I don't care.
I do.
Nook says he's not ready for pizza yet.
I got pizza already in the refrigerator.
Ah, okay.
Eat a little later today.
Alright, make my zippers done.
Your zipper's done?
My Viper. My SRT Viper.
Your Fiat is done?
My Stellantis now. You say that in 3 times real fast.
Stellantis killed Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, right?
By the time they figure it out, their main consumer will be going to another brand.
Yep.
The only thing that was keeping that brand alive was the Charger and Challenger.
Yep.
They try to make their whole fleet an EV.
Yeah, whole fleet of Hellcats. I like that. I forgot that when we had a brand new Cherokee in there, it actually is owned by Stellantis because they have a plan out there. 30 minutes, all right. That we got one of the ones with the new inline 6 in it that they got, and I can't remember what they're calling it.
A Cherokee?
Yeah, Grand Cherokee.
Or you mean the... Oh, you sure it's not a Hornet?
Hmm?
Sure it's not a Hornet?
No, it's a Grand Cherokee. It's a Grand Cherokee Limited. And I was looking at it, I'm like, is that a 4-cylinder? Like, oh, that's right, I forgot they started putting 6s in those. They came out with a new inline 6. Like last year or something. Or this might be the first year for it, I don't know. Because they did have the 3.6.
Nobody wants it.
Right.
Everybody who is a fan of Dodge, they want a V8.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like having anything less is not an option.
Yep, that's basically.
So all of them, even the ones that are die-hard Dodge fans and don't really like Ford and Chevy, they are considering the Mustang and the Corvette.
Right. Yeah, I know that it's just kind of dumb. Well, here's what's going to happen, and I've been saying this for a while. The government's pushing for these electric cars, but people aren't going to buy them. It's like when they did the same thing, with with a lot of stuff. Remember the ethanol craze in the early 2000s? Everything's going to be ethanol, and now they realize, oh, look at that, you only get 65-70% of the fuel economy with ethanol. Oh, okay, well let's stop worrying about that. Then
it might come full force in a few years, but Stellantis wants to do away with pretty much wants to have all EVs.
Right, and that's a problem, and these manufacturers are just going to have a problem with that. Right.
Like they getting rid of all their best-selling cars, and by the end of next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, part of that has to do with the stupid ass rule that Obama put in that Trump pushed back, and then Biden put back in. Is that the 82 miles per gallon or whatever equivalent mile you have to have on your fuel economy your fleet economy, which is asinine.
But I mean, I understand that there are extra fees that to the manufacturer that comes with having a gas guzzler.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But the sales that they make and the money that they make off of doing that,
well, right,
overpowers that.
Yeah. Well, the only reason we have a Mustang Mach-E is because the only reason that's called the Mustang is so they can sell more Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean that was not a good name.
No, and it's like I said, it's
they could have left it as Mach-E.
Well, the problem is that it's tagged to the Mustang brand. So what happened was that was supposed to be a version of the Focus. That car is actually built on a platform which is basically a revised version of the Focus, but they put that Mach-E concept out in SEMA, and this was about 5 years ago, and basically what happened was they figured out that people didn't mind. They liked the Mach-E, the Mustang name with an electric vehicle. Then they started doing focus groups. Oh, would you buy a Mustang SUV? And that's why they decided to do it that way. It just basically is a way to get the Mustang. Every one of those they sell, they could sell 5 Mustangs, for the credits. So
the Mustang was always going to sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, and they do. And the problem is, again, you're putting a 10-speed automatic in the Mustang. I see those, and I just about throw open my mouth a little bit every time one comes in with the automatic.
Well, I mean, I hear nothing but good things about them, though.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna get a car that I was gonna use on the track, but 10 speeds is too much for a track. I would consider something that paddle shifted, but for just driving, yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to use all of those 10 gears, use the manual,
Mm-hmm.
power steering. If you don't want to, you just want to relax, put it in automatic.
Right.
I mean, all of the gears is just for fuel economy.
Yep.
I wouldn't buy it, but if I get a car like that, it got to be a manual.
Ooh, boy, this Viper just barely comes in when you adjust it down and add the balance. It just barely comes in under 725. Wow, I didn't realize that. Hopefully my Firestone Firehawk tires don't give out since I changed the label on the tires. Alright, Nook, I'm going to head out. I got to go get some food, and then I'll be back on, about 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it's going to be. So I'll talk to you later, man.
All right.
All right, YouTube, that's it. So don't miss coming up here in just a few hours. It's about we're about 3 hours away from the room opening up, and about 3.5 hours, about 7 o'clock local time. You can see up in the top corner here, it is 3:39 p.m. here. Oh, that might not be showing on yours, actually. It's 3:39 p.m. here local. And I'm going to head up and get some food so we can get dinner out of the way so we can do some racing tonight. So, again, it's the KingPittDawg Racing 200. And we're going to be live here out of my in-car. So anybody who wants to join up, Epic, if you're still watching, there are some videos on this about how to get up. It's pretty easy to set the car up. You just got to buy ballast and power restrictor. Get whatever power adders you can. It's medium tires only, racing medium. Group 3 rear-wheel drive V8 cars, front engine rear drive V8 cars only. So there's only the Mustang, Corvette, RCF, two BMW M6s, the AMG, the F-Type Jaguar, and then I'm also allowing the exception is the Viper and the V12 Vantage. So those are the only exceptions to the V8 front engine rear drive rule. And those cars, you got to set them up 3,000 pounds and under 500 horsepower under. I would take all the downforce out like I just did. You just saw me take the downforce out, lift the front end up just a little bit, soften the springs up so that when you get in the air, especially with those two front side splitters, that'll suck that sucker right down to the ground, but not keep you, like Steve said, that was good advice, not wreck you in the corners. So I'll be jumping in the Viper cold because I'm probably going to drive it tonight just because I like driving the Viper. And I was going to do the RCF, but I have a little concern about it being as competitive if I try to make a move. So that's the only reason I decided to go with the Viper here towards the end. And we will see you all on there tonight. Again, the KingPittDawg Racing 200 pre-race starts at 7 p.m. The race start is going to be somewhere right around or a few minutes after 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here. So we'll have about an hour of getting things up to speed and everything. So hopefully we'll see you all there tonight. Thanks again, and we'll be back on here in just a few hours. Until then, KingPittDawg out.